Hello guys, and today we have to discuss something. Tier lists. You had my previous video when I talked what is bad about tier lists, and today I'm gonna present you with my personal, actual, true, casual player oriented tier lists. So let's start, shall we? So, starting things off with Albedo. I believe Albedo is a perfect example for its complicated category because he does something, but he's not good, he's not great, and he's not bad. He just exists, he's doing something, giving you geo reactions and stuff, so if you find it fancy, you may use him. Al-Haytham. Al-Haytham is, I believe it's not as bad as Albedo, so for now let's take him good in the right conditions, because with Hyper Bloom and stuff he's performing decently well. Aratakito, absolute disaster. Geo Carry, who is bad on every level, scales with defense, one of the worst stats, and is outperformed by Navia, so there is no world where you should have him. Okay, maybe I shouldn't be that much of a critic. Let's put him in a fancy statue. Yeah, he looks nice. If you enjoy how he looks, you may have it. Buy it. You may have him. But yeah, there is no way you're gonna enjoy. Baiju. Baiju actually is a solid worker. He does his job. He gives you a shield. He gives you healing, and he applies Dendro. So in that regard, yeah, he's a solid performer. Sino. There is absolutely no world where a Sino is a good character. So let's stick him in. It's complicated, but we shall see with all the rest. Dehya. Dehya is actually a fancy statue, but she's better than Aratakito, because you might find some use for it. But basically, yeah, she has the looks. She is perfect, look-wise, and that's it. That's her only benefit: looking great and being hot. Diluc. Diluc, actually, I find him. It's complicated because it's not that easy to make him perform, but he may find some place in different teams if we are talking about plunging team or still vaping. Vaping is not that bad for Diluc, so maybe it's complicated or even good in the right conditions. Let's stick him here for now. And yeah, here there is no way she's I would even say she's worse than Albedo, because why on earth would you use her? No absolute way, please don't. The worst damage is physical damage, and yeah, she's a physical DPS. Please don't do it. Never should do it. Next we have Ganyu. I believe Ganyu is a solid worker. If you know what you want, she performs. She does exactly what you ask her to do. You want a big area of effect? She has it. You want to shoot with a strong cryo attack? She has it. So it's easier to make her perform, but she's not that great. So there is no way she is better than Baiju, or there is no way Ganyu is better than Hutao. Hutao is the best solid worker. She does her job. She does her job fine, but you have to tune her in a way, and you have actually sweat a little bit. So maybe, actually, I'm thinking moving it even like this. I will think about it, because there is no world where Ganyu is better than Hutao, and Hutao, she is good in right conditions. That's the perfect way to put it. Jhin. I believe Jhin is a flexible powerhouse, because you may put her anywhere and she will do the job. She heals, she slaps, she attacks, and she is an anemo user, so she wears anemo set, shredding resistances, which is great, which is lovely. You may find use for Jin in any team. Yeah, great character. Next, we have Kazuha. Kazuha is a solid worker. Yeah, he's good. Don't get it wrong. He's a great character, but he's not as flexible. But maybe it's debatable. Like if Jin is actually better than Kazuha. So okay, let's put them together, like closely, like this. But in my world, Jin is better than Baiju, for sure. Next we have Ayaka. Ayaka is complicated. Like, yeah, why would you play Ayaka? It's complicated. You may like her. She does something. She's not a fancy statue, but you can't find use of her, for her and of her. So yeah, she's just there, existing. And her brother, Ayato. Ayato is not the best character. So, and definitely he's worse than Ayaka. Let me think, actually. I believe he's better than Ayaka. So, let's put in there. It's complicated. Kitsin actually is fine, but being a... I forgot the element, I'm sorry. Being the Electro character, she is able to perform in Bloom teams, Hyper Bloom teams, so this makes her stand out on behalf of those guys. Klee is absolute disaster, and I mean it lore-wise. Yeah, have you seen the stories with her? She's always running around, blowing things up. Yeah, Klee is a perfect example of absolute disaster. She's fun to look at. She's fun in the plot. Yeah, it's fun to play. Not play with her, but to actually, to witness her. But when you play with her, you get no joy, you get sadness, depression, and constant regret. So yeah, Klee is an absolute disaster. Next we have this Magician Boy. And I believe Magician Boy is good. But he has a narrow use. So this makes him good in right conditions. Because you may find some use for Magician Boy. Magician Boy performs, yeah, but not great. Mona is good in the right conditions. Because you can buff your team. Yeah, your team damage output with Mona. So yeah, for sure, you may find some uses, but she's not as solid as those three guys. Actually, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking like this. It should be like this. Like, there is no way Tao is not a solid worker. But it's always debatable, you see, it's always hard. Nahida is solid worker. Yeah, perfect. Enabling Hyper Bloom for your teams, shredding, doing her part, buffing Elemental Mastery. Great, yeah, use her, why not? Next we have this lady. The Water Lady. It's complicated with her, because you should not use her. Yes, she's worse than Sino. I would even put it like this, maybe. She's definitely one of the worst. But not a fancy statue. Okay, she performs in one team. Blossom, Hyper Blossom. Why? Do you want to play that team? That's a question for you. But she can do it, and that's it. She does nothing more. Chi-Chi, yeah, absolute disaster, but not such as Klee. It's even worse. I mean, she does nothing. Yeah, she's just there, existing. Raiden Shogun, solid worker. Great. great solid character doing her part. So yeah, there is absolutely no debate about is Raiden Shogun a bad character. No, she's not. She's great. You want to enable hype with her, you can do it. You can make her crit in national team comps, you can do it. She's perfect, she's lovely. Kokomi. Kokomi is a perfect, solid healer who constantly applies Hydro for your team to swirl if you need a swirl, to melt if you need a melt. So yeah, she's great. Perfect, solid worker. Next we have Shenhe. She's almost a fancy statue. Like, almost. It's complicated why do you want to use her, but the only her huge benefit is her looks. She looks great, she's fantastic, she's nice. On the terms of how to use her, she's good for cryo. And that's it. There is absolutely nowhere else you would like to use her or have her, so why would you? Venti. Venti is good in right conditions, because he still shreds resistances with Anemo set, and he helps you to group up the enemies if needed. So those are conditions, and he's great for them. Next we have this cute little Dendro Archer guy. Honestly, yeah, I don't remember when he was last used anywhere, so I would put it in its complicated somewhere here. Because you see, I don't even remember his name. He's that underused. Of course, you may find some uses, but why would you? Next we have Wanderer. Wanderer is not a backed character, but he's complicated. Yeah, it's always complicated with him, because it's hard to find a team for him which would perform. So he's not as bad as those guys, but maybe he's somewhere here. Maybe like this. Maybe like this. It should be like this. Yeah, he's not the worst, but it's hard to make him work. Xiao is better. Nowadays Xiao is better, and the reason is plunging attacks buff and Furina being great, which benefits Xiao much more than it benefits Wanderer. Yeah, Miko. Actually, it's not that clear about her, but I would say she's a solid worker. If you just need damage, she provides damage. Turrets are fun, but she takes some time, so if time is not a thing, maybe yeah, she's good in right conditions, of course. Yelan, perfect example for must-have character. She's flexible powerhouse, basically what that says. She can shine in almost any team, because almost any team would like to have a Hydro damage, and she's great with it. Mulani, fancy statue. Yeah, she's better than those guys. Okay, she's not a fancy statue, but hear me out. 50% of the time, Mulani will miss her ultimate. Do you need this character? No. So in the world where she hits, she's still not good. In the world where she hits every time, she is like okay. But when she misses, she's like just a statue. So we will put her here, next to Ayaka. Yeah, I believe Mulani and Ayaka actually balance each other out. Like, yeah, that's who they are. Next we have Cowboy Girl. Cowboy Girl. It's not a cowgirl. So no good. No good for you. Yeah, she can perform a little bit, but it's hard to make her work, and worst of all, she's from Natlan, and if you are not aware yet, Natlan is the worst region, and every character from Natlan doesn't deserve a praise. Okay, not every, but you shall see the point. So yeah, it's hard to make her work. She's strange, and you don't know actually how to put a team around her because yeah, she's questionable. Just play Shao if you want. If you want to play Anemo damage builds. Citlali, solid worker, does her job, nothing more. Great. Next we have Kinich. Kinich, it's complicated about Kinich, but not that much because you actually can make him work. Yeah, you can make Kinich work. You can see this little edit. I decided to move myself out the way so you could see everything clearly. So yeah, you can play with Kinich, but do you really want to? No, you don't. Please don't. Next we have Shilonian. Shilonian is a solid worker, somewhere here. She's maybe not one, okay. There are two Natlan characters who deserve a praise. And what is common about them? They don't rely on Night Soul points that much. They have Night Soul points mechanic, but they don't force other characters to use those Night Soul points. But yeah, they are fine. Actually, like I'm looking at Citlali and thinking about her, she's good in right conditions. Yeah, I would say those characters are better than Citlali, but she's fine. She's great, she's lovely. And she's nice looking. What else do you want to hear? Sajivin, absolute disaster. She's very bad. She's basically Barbara, but as a 5-star character. Excuse me? Why? Why is that the case? Nobody asks. Nobody asked for that. Nobody wanted that. But here she is. Next we have Varessa. She is good in right conditions. And she would be here. She is good in right conditions. You can make her work if you really want to. But why do you want Varessa when you have a better character as a Clorinda? Clorinda is better than Varessa, in my humble opinion. So please consider Varessa only if you never consider Varessa, really. Like, there is so... She's downgraded. There you go, to make it simple for you. She's downgraded because she doesn't deserve to be good in right conditions. She's complicated. Because she's from Natlan, she looks, I wouldn't say ugly, but debatable, questionable, and not in a good manner. So yeah, nothing great about Varessa. Next we have Arlecchino. Great example of a flexible powerhouse. Throw anything with her, she will work. Do you want to have some Hydra with her? Sure, why not? You want to have some shields? Sure, why not? You want to have mono pyro team with her? Sure, why not? She will do her part. Next we have Emily. Yeah, she's basically she's a Kinich supporter in a way. She's burning damage supporter, and yeah, not a good one, not a good one, not a great one. You absolutely don't want to play around that. Next we have Mavuika. Mavuika is good in right conditions, because she strongly relies on Night Soul points mechanic, and if your team doesn't have a Night Soul points mechanic, she will never perform. She's not a great character, but she is good in right conditions, so that's the maximum I can give to her. Next we have Yoimiya. Yoimiya is complicated. It's always complicated about Yoimiya because at some point you are better playing Diluc than Yoimiya, because yeah, why would you? So I would put her around here somewhere. Next we have Junli. Junli good in right conditions, but maybe on the very end of this category, because he provides you a big, strong, chunky shield. And that's it. Shields are not that useful. So if you feel a need for a shield, if you want to have a shield for specific battle, specific enemy, specific encounter, for sure, you may slap a Junli in your team and he will do his job. So he is good in right conditions. Those conditions are needing a shield. Next we have... actually, I don't even remember how she is called. So we will slap her in fancy stages category because Mizuki. She's called Mizuki and she is useless. But being an anime character, maybe you can find some use for her, so she's complicated. Okay, let's make it a little smaller. Neuvillette. Neuvillette is perfect example for a flexible, strong powerhouse, because he relies on having a second Hydra character, maybe that character being Furina, but that's the only thing he really relies on. Other two, slap whatever you want, he will do just fine. He's that kind of guy. Next we have our new star, Escoffier, and she's actually not just good. But is she solid worker? Yeah, she is solid worker in her niche, because she provides off-field damage, she provides healing, and she provides a buff to your Hydro and Cryo characters. So actually that's a pretty wide kit of abilities. You are not forced to play her only and in Hydro Cryo comps, because that buff would be present for any type of comp. But of course, Cryo Hydra only, she will do even better because it will be a much bigger buff. But yeah, she's a great solid worker. She makes guys work, basically. Risley. Risley is good in right conditions. Those conditions being you are fighting in Abyss against Cryo weak enemy. Yeah, like there is some sort of a tiger who is weak to Cryo because he is Hydro, he's constantly applying water, and thus Risley being great because he freezes it. So in the right conditions he may shine, in other conditions he will never shine because he's not as good. Navia. Actually, Navia is a solid worker because she does her job, that being dealing geo damage, because she does that in much easier way than one of the Arataki Ito does, and she's flexible. You may pair her with pyro teams such as Shanlin and Bennett. You may find some other uses for her. She's just kinda slap in, do a shotgun shot, swap out, play other characters. So she's solid in that regard, but she's not that good as those characters. So maybe I'm feeling like she needs a demotion. She needs a demotion around here. She is fine, but not great. Furina, absolutely S tier, the best. I'm gonna say the best character, because her damage is huge, her buff is huge, and she is a Marisha Hunter set enabler. So she makes your Kutao work better, she makes your Neuvillette work better, she makes your Arlecchino work better in a way. Yeah, that's debatable. She makes every character better. Put her to any team, she will do her part perfectly, nicely, and everyone will be happy. I don't know what her name is because she was forgotten the day she was released. Another useless Geo character. She just puts a doll and does some off-field damage, but basically that's albedo level of use, so it's extremely complicated with her, and yeah, considering her is not a great idea. Not last and not least is actually a pretty great character who lets you to buff your team's plunging damage, and being an anema set wielder, she actually makes a great work in this regard, so I would put her in solid workers tier. She actually performs and she is great. And the last one is Tartaglia. Tartaglia, I believe Tartaglia is a better version of Hayato. He is not great, but you may play him if you want for some reason, but hello, look here, there is a Nuvelet 2 tiers higher, so why would you play Tartaglia? Yeah, no really reason. So, if there is a condition for him, maybe, but is there? So, actually, yeah, I'm thinking like this. It's complicated about Tartaglia, but he's somewhat better than Komisato Yato. And overall, here what we have. I'm happy with this tier list, and I believe that's the best tier list around here. So, if you're asking, what characters do I want to pull? Here are your answers. Those two, must have and solid workers, pull them every time. They are great, they absolutely worth your while, and you will never regret spending Primogems on them. Good in right conditions category, yeah, if you like the character, you may get him or her, you may get them, they will do something, they are not bad, they still perform. So yeah, like, okay, go to options if you really wish to. It's complicated, like triple consider it, 4 times consider it, like think and then rethink and then analyze and really think, why do you want to spend your Primogems on this character when there are, let me tell you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, numerous characters much better than those guys. Yeah, and fancy statues are fancy statues, and there are some absolute disasters. So yeah, this is actually my tier list. So if you have any questions, jump down to the comments and I will be happy to answer. So thank you guys for watching, and yeah, I was yapping for such a long time that the sun hid away and now it's dark here. But yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to address them down in the comments. I'm always happy to talk to you, and basically the very existence of this channel is the ability to talk with you guys in the comments, so please write something. If you agree, if you disagree with your picks, if you wanna ask why you're such a bad person and you put my favorite character in its complicated tier, I love them, they are great, please let me know, because I want to communicate with people, please. And yeah, anyway, thank you for tuning in. It's always nice talking to you, even if you're not answering the moment I do. And yeah, I'm also for some opinion sharing, so please, comments, write your ideas. If you want to highlight, if you want to ask for me to highlight something, please do. And yeah, I will be happy to see you in the next video. Take care and see you soon.